Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Timothy here. We are in round two of our Hour of Devastation draft. We are on the play. We've got a little bit of a dicey hand, but I think between Trial of Ambition and Grind, it's a keep. If I draw any white source, it starts to look pretty good. Although it's not fantastic, I could mulligan down to 6, but I think I'm fine keeping this hand because I do have a little bit of interaction, even though I don't think I'm getting on the board very early. I would love to just hit a white source off the top. Um, let's see it. Let's see it, deck. Yeah, thank you. I owe you one. All right, so if my opponent plays something that dies to grind, I might play that. And then if they play something that just dies to trial, I might play that. If they don't play anything at all, well, we're definitely not killing that. So we'll just start deploying some zombies. I think it's interesting which one of these would be better to deploy first. Do you go with Binding Mummy or Mummy Paramount first? If I play Mummy Paramount, I get to attack for 3 next turn and my opponent blocks. If I play Binding Mummy, I get to just attack for 2 and my opponent can't block, right? That's assuming, of course, they just don't play another creature that brick walls it anyway. I'm going to play Mummy Paramount because I think my opponent's probably likely to play a creature that can block a 2/2. And this lets me attack. If my opponent wants to actually lose a creature on board and lose some board presence to draw a card, I'm 100% okay with that. We shall see what they draw, though. Just hope for a 1 toughness creature. Just one time. Making black mana. This is cool. Obelisk Spider. What a good card. What a good card. Okay, now I definitely don't have good attacks. Drawing lands is not bad for me here. Could actually go grind these two and then dust them both next turn. That seems completely reasonable. If I play Trial, they sack this, which isn't great. I could play Active Heroism and trade for Obelisk Spider, which is fine as well. If I play Grind, my opponent knows what's up, and they can't really do too much about it, I don't think. I kind of like the idea of playing Binded Mummy as well. Although I'd prefer, well, I can play Dust next turn, get rid of your 2 guys, shut them both off, which is great. I think that might be what I want to do here. It feels bad on the Prowler, but keep in mind, if I exile the Prowler, they don't get to draw a card. And Obelisk Spider has to go. It's just so good against my deck. It's a very strong card in general. It's a 1/4 with reach, and it says if it deals combat damage to a creature, you put a -1 counter on that creature. And whenever you put any number of whenever you put -1 counters on a creature, you drain a life from your opponent. So you gain 1, they lose 1. My opponent on another wonky 4-color deck here. Another Feral Prowler. Nice. Okay, so really weird defensive 4-color deck. Looks primarily green. Wonder if they have a spell up for my grind. They would have to have exactly Censor, I believe. But let that not stop you. I think the sooner I get Obelisk Spider off, the better. Okay, nice little 2-for-1 there. I don't have any good attacks. I like the idea of playing Binding Mummy, letting them block with Feral Prowler, and then trying to get them with this Trial. See if that works. Or my opponent just doesn't have anything. Okay, that's also interesting. So we're going to play Binding Mummy. I'm going to hope my opponent attacks or blocks here. We could also play Binding Bat, but I don't really think I want to do that. And interesting whether or not I want to play the Desert out. Because it does get me closer to the Angel. Lets me do Binding Bat plus something else next turn. Or Blighted Bat. Alright, let's do this first. My opponent wants to block. I'm 100% okay with it. They want to get a card out of their Feral Prowler. If they have a combat trick, I'm okay with that as well. Just gets another card out of their hand. Do you block? Probably, right? That's what Feral Prowler's here for. I've got to have some sort of spell. Oh, draw 2? Wouldn't do too much. Probably seeing whether or not they need to block, I assume, is what's going on there. And I think I'm just going to cycle this Desert, actually. We'll do it on my opponent's turn. That might be greedy, but that's what we're going to do. I still have things I can deploy. I get to look at 2 new cards. I want to be hitting zombies, basically. tap things down and pump Mummy Paramount. This is exactly what we want to see, but we don't want our opponent to like slam something huge on the battlefield. We have 4 in hand. Maybe a hippo here. That's a hippo. All right, so we can get rid of Prowler. This is going to work out great for us because we have Trial in our hand. Let's go and cycle, see what we have. Okay, that's not bad actually. That's pretty decent. We're going to probably play this desert though in hopes of playing Angel. So I think what we're doing here is actually, I really want my opponent to trade here. So I need to play a zombie out first. Tap the hippo, give Mummy Paramount +3, give him incentive to block, and then try to get him with Trial of Ambition. Yes. All right. I'm not going to give haste, which is going to be suspicious. Probably block binded Mummy, though. Super suspicious, right? Please, just block the Paramount. Just do it. Just let it happen, man. Maybe I should have played my land out first in case I wanted to active Heroism. All right, so my opponent's a little smarter than that. And that's fine. Which makes my play look bad because I didn't give the bat haste, but my opponent's got to know something's up because I didn't give the bat haste, right? I could have actually tapped down another... No, I couldn't have tapped another creature, but I could have gotten in another 2 damage pretty easily. This is the part where my opponent could start deploying, like, huge threats, which could be very bad for me because I haven't done too much to them. Do you attack with Hippo? That's the question. Weird deck for my opponent so far. Double green card, green black card, blue cyclone card, and then a couple feral prowlers. Okay, they didn't attack with Hippo. That's really interesting. Hooded Brawler is good. They don't call him Hoodie B for no reason. So, best bet here might be to attack with Bat, play Angel, put my opponent down to 12, and then I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. 3 turn clock that they don't really know about. I feel like this game might be slipping a little bit. Opponent keeping up blue mana, kind of worrisome. Let's go and attack with the bat. One of our best draws here would be Stir the Sands, because it taps all 3 of my opponent's creatures. We're going to go with the Angel. And see what my opponent's got. Nothing. No removal spells. At least not for 3 mana. I think I can afford to take any attacks my opponent sends my way. I do have them on a 2-turn clock in the air, so they're going to have to find something here. Although they've got quite a bit of damage that can come towards me as well. Okay, Electrify the Angel is pretty good for them. I don't know what to expect from my opponent at all, because they've just got a bunch of stuff, right? Go ahead and keep this Plains in hand for now. Play O'Ketcher's Avenger, which is pretty good with active Heroism. Attack for 2. If I play Trial, they just get rid of this Prowler, which is super annoying. So I guess we're just coming in the air. We do need to draw some action. Getting a little flooded, just a little though. Okay, Avenger's good. And this is why I say it'd be really nice to have some mass pump effect here. Like even Shafet Dunes lets me do quite a bit more than what I currently have on board. Right now I'm not dealing enough damage to really pressure my opponent that much. They're going to be able to draw out of this if I don't start drawing some real action. And again, I could have held Grinded Dust for the late game, but it doesn't look like my opponent's doing much with that Obelisk Spider. It's just a blocker. That's okay. If I draw Stir the Sands and my opponent does nothing, I tap 3 creatures down. I have 1 mana backup. Deal 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, Harrier Naga's good. Pressures me a little bit more. So strange my opponent's just doing nothing, though. Alright, might be time to attack with Catcher's Avenger. Oh, no. Active Heroism doesn't actually save that. That's unfortunate. And drawing one of our only non-zombies in the deck is not great either. Yeah, if this was a 6/5, that'd be different, but it's not. I mean, it does get to kind of freely attack, right? But they just snap block with the hippo. Let's go ahead and attack with the bat. Really want to draw some zombies. I hope I don't die to overcome here. That would be embarrassing. 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22. Force me to block. I'm going to go down to 8 here. Just building up a board. I can double exert next turn, though, with the Avengers, which is pretty solid. Then Hippo gets to block 1, but I don't take any damage, or Avenger survives, and then they probably at the point, this Prowler has really messed everything up with the Trial of Ambition. I can't play it out because then I'm just really giving my opponent value. Prowler doesn't do much. Blue. Ancient Crab. That is not the card I was expecting from my opponent. Oh man. Why? I don't understand what my opponents are playing today. Okay, Wretched Camel's good. So Wretched Camel lets me tap Rampage and Baloth, or Hippo, get to attack with everything. They're going to take 2, at least 4, 5, 6. And I get to eat a bunch of their creatures here. Assuming they have nothing in hand, right? And then I get to Trial of Ambition. So we're going to lead with Wretched Camel. Binding Mummy is going to tap down your Hippo. Yes, I would like to use that ability. Mummy Paramount's a 3/3 now. So attack here. I guess I don't get to freely attack with the Binding Mummy, but we will exert both of these, and then this looks like a decent attack. Actually, this looks like a very solid attack. Like, if they want to trade off Harrier Naga for Mummy Paramount, I'm okay with that. I just want them to block with Feral Prowler, like, one time. But it's probably Ancient Crab on an Oketra, Harrier Naga on Mummy, and then this on an Oketra. Take 2. They draw a card. And then I get to Trial of Ambition to eat one of their creatures, even though I'd probably just eat an Ancient Crab here. Question here is, do I want to Active Heroism to save my Mummy? And I don't think I necessarily want to. I get in... No, I want to cape that as a way to just deal 2 damage. Okay, opponent draws a card. Not great for me, but it happens. Then we play Trial. They have to lose another creature, and then I might just get them with some overwhelming forces here. If I draw another zombie, that should seal the deal. But we'll see what my opponent draws. At this point, if they have Overcome, it's... Oh, they sack Hooded Brawler instead of Ancient Crab? Probably just... Huh. Okay, so that means they're not going to try to win through attacking. One thing worth noting there is Hooded Brawler just trades with all my stuff, whereas Ancient Crab actually blocks pretty profitably. Ooh, Sharpshooters, that's super good. Okay. Let's see if we can pull out a win this turn. Again, some sort of zombie here should do it. Not quite. This doesn't get to attack freely anymore. Start by cycling. Okay. It's not a good draw either. We'll play it out. Now, here, I just have no attacks, do I? I could play Active Heroism, but again, this gets to block. Man, that Sharpshooters was very timely. It might be in my best interest to just trade Blighted Bat and Active Heroism for Sharpshooters, but I don't think that's something I want to do at the moment. That's so bad for me. Alright, we'll give it a turn until my Avengers attack. Remember that most of my draws are good here. And non-land draws are just good because almost all of them are going to be zombies, and that triggers Binding Mummy. Unraveling Mummy might be my best draw, since I can start lifelinking and threatening Death Touch. Then I'll just slam with all the zombies. Are you cycling? Eternal of Harsh Truths. Card's good. It's not going to be as good now. Opponent's just teamer stuff with an obelisk spider in their deck. Another creature? Open fire on Binding Mummy. It's a good play for my opponent. Maybe I play Active Heroism now, just to save it. I think so, because I'm trading my pump spell that's not going to be as good for their open fire, their removal spell, and Binding Mummy might be like a crucial way for me to win this game. Alright, Festering Mummy is fine. That lets me get in 2 damage here. We block the Sharpshooters, without a doubt. And let's see, if I attack all in, my opponent's going to take at least 4 damage. I'm going to lose a creature, though. And then they go down to 2. But I have to exert both these to do it, and then I don't have good attacks next turn. So I like just swinging with the Blighted Bat again. Another zombie lets me do the same thing. I think another zombie next turn will let me win the game. Fairly certain of that. We've drawn 8, 9, 10 of our 16 lands, so, you know, 2/3 of our deck are good draws here. What I'm hoping not to see is more reach creatures. That makes my Festering Mummy look a little odd. This gets Death Touch and Vigilance if there's a creature on the board with a -1/-1 counter. Oh, Lord of the Accursed. That's very good. Alright. I'm pretty sure this should be game. So let's think here for a second. Tap Sharpshooters. Attack with 6 creatures. They have 4 blockers. They take at least 3 here. And they can only block 4 of the ground creatures. This is assuming they have nothing in hand, which they could have something. But I think I'm going to go for it. I'm not dead on the swing back. Lucky me. Yeah, lucky me. I think that's my opponent's way of saying he has nothing. So we are attacking all in. I am going to exert the Avengers. See what my opponent has. I could even wait a turn and try to use the Menace here. Opponent's doing blocks. Maybe they have something. Or maybe they're just feeling it out. They have to have something here to not be dead. They bounce one of these zombies back to my hand. Nope. Okay, so we get to go to game 2. Interesting. My opponent's on Teamer Stuff. Gideon's Defeat, not going to do it. Any of these cards matter. Scarab Feast, I don't think there's a reason to bring that in. Grizzly Survivor seems like it could bluff some damage, right? Lurching Rotbeast also doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. Carrion Screecher is good. I want Carrion Screecher here, because my opponent only showed 1 creature that can block flyers. Anything for those annoying 1/3s? I don't think so. What do we want to take out for Carrion Screecher? Maybe we want Winged Shepherd too. Nah, I don't think we want both those angels in our deck. Trial of Ambition looked very bad there, just because he has Feral Prowlers, but I don't know. Do I take Trial of Ambition out because of he has multiple Feral Prowlers? Probably. It just doesn't seem great, and I do want the Carrion Screecher, so we're going to go ahead and make that change. We'll go to game 2 on the draw. Solid open in hand. 1 drop, 2 drop, potential 3 drop, 4 drop. We can curve out if we draw lands. My opponent's going to have generally bigger creatures than me, and they are... Did they mulligan down to 5? Geez, all my opponents are just mulligan down to 5 today. But that's what you get for playing like a 3-color deck splashing a 4th color. As much as I love to do that, it's not a prudent thing to do. If you don't need to. Like, I don't see any reason my opponent has to play like an Obelisk Spider in their deck. They seem like they just have solid cards as is. Okay. It's going to be a good curve. I did draw a 3rd land, too. Get to attack for 3 on my next turn. I get to hit for 1 damage early off. I think Mummy Paramount's just a better card to play at the moment. I also just don't have a desert. My opponent didn't show me any like huge bombs that they need to be splashing for or anything like that, so I'm just overall confused about why my opponent's 3 colors. Unless, I mean, they might have just waffled around a little bit too much during the draft portion. No creature. Alright, we're going to play Bone Slasher and attack for 4. Then next turn, if they don't get something, I might cycle Rot Beast and then play Mummy Paramount. Drawing the open fire. Okay, that's good. Does get my biggest threat off board, even though it doesn't stop them from taking 4 damage this turn. It's also 1 less card I have to worry about from their hand. It's not bad for a mulligan down to 5, having at least 3 lands and a strong removal spell. Doesn't look like they have much else, though. They need their Feral Prowlers is what they need. Here, probably Blighted Bat just to use my mana most effectively. If I draw another land, I can play both of these next turn, even though Mummy Paramount benefits the most. Maybe I want to play Paramount plus Cycle. Is that better than playing just Blighted Bat? Because Blighted Bat can come down with haste at a later turn. I like the Paramount. It adds more damage on board because I'm going to follow up with a lot more zombies. But if I'm doing that, I think I want to cycle first. I'm cycling just to hit land drops. Nice. Okay, we will play Mummy Paramount then. Opponent's taking another 4 here. Down to 11. Alright, gonna need something here. Can't just keep passing turn. Alright, Hooded Brawler. It's fine. I will trade one of my creatures for it. Start to finish. I think I want to go Blighted Bat here, just get in more damage. Or I could play a Cursed Horde and not even attack this turn, but that seems sketch. Actually, if I play a Cursed Horde this turn, I get to hold up the activation plus play Wretched Camel next turn. My opponent's going to take another 4 here, probably trade for a Mummy Paramount. It is not a good position for my opponent to be in. They're at 7. I have lethal on them on board if they don't have anything. I'm not afraid of a sweeper here either. Cyclone, yeah. Okay, we've got this one. There's just nothing for 1 green my opponent's going to have. They might be hoping I just don't have a zombie, but in case there is something I missed, we're going to play Blighted Bat, and we're going to give it haste. Super lucky you. I'm not even going to respond to that. Oh. Well, see, I messed that up. I don't have a stop on my beginning of combat phase. Sorry, buddy. He did get mana screwed. That's the second opponent in a row that's gone down to 5, but I think my deck's solid. Imagine, like, these are good cards. My opponent looks like they're typing something or being obnoxious or something. Do you know that you can activate the bat and attack? My opponent's like, why aren't you attacking me with the bat? Why are you not super killing me? Good thing that's not like a a super brutal like mistake there, because I do still have 7 damage on board. There's no 1 mana green spell that's gonna do it. I'm aware, buddy. You did not last game as well. That's because yeah. So my opponent's wondering about that play last game where I um 7th land on top for sweeper 6/6. I don't know what that means, but anyway. Oh, Chaos Maw. Oh, damn, Chaos Maw is so good against my deck. But my opponent's wondering why last game I had an open mana. I played Blighted Bat and I didn't give it haste and attack with it. And if you remember, that's because I was trying to get them to block with their Feral Prowler, but they did not. Yeah, Chaos. If they had drawn Chaos Maw last game, I would have lost easily. All right. Well, we got round two. A little bit dicey in that first round, but fighting against opponents who are doing some weird things with their deck. So I'll see you guys for round three.